welcome to From the Ashes, episode 2. So today we're going to be talking about the Dünir, and more specifically, how does it affect me? How does it affect you? What ties the Dünir to this to me, and the lore and all that kind of fun stuff. So everybody has, well, even if you're not an MMO player, you have something that you gravitate towards, right? So some people, it might be they just like how it looks. Some people might be, how is it represented best to them? So for me, the Dünir, which are like a dwarven race, they're short and stocky. It's kind of like me. And when it comes to their lore and who they are, they're very stoic, they're very hardworking, they're very industrial. They like to work with their hands. You know, that's how it really ties into me personally. So a little bit about me: I grew up on a dairy farm, and I've always had that ingrained work ethic. And I think that's part of what draws me to the Dünir. You know, they're kind of a work hard, play hard type race. I don't know. I've always just been kind of drawn to dwarves because of that. Even in the females I'm attracted to, I like a short, stocky gal, and yeah. So I've always kind of been drawn to them for that. So we have some pictures here of the Dünir. Now this is just one of the two dwarven races. There's also another one that we'll cover at another time, but we're gonna stick with the Dünir for now. You can see on the left here we have what's an early rendering of the Dünir. They're a little bit more slender, a little bit taller looking, and then when you look at this picture on the right, they redid them a little bit, and this is, to me, a much better representation of a dwarf. And you know, they shrunk them back down a little bit, even more muscular, even more brute strength kind of look. And here's another picture of them. I think this was an early rendering as well, but it shows off the armor textures and design. I think that would still flow through till today, as far as what the game is going to be putting out. So this is a really, really good armor set, and it's different various stages. So as you level up and as you get better stuff, you can level up your armor and things. It's really neat, and just you can see the different various stages of it, which I think is really, really cool. And this is a picture of some of the architecture that we have from the Dünir. This is a big city, but you can see it's very industrial. You can see the smoke. You can see it's like forge. You know, you think forge right away when you see all that. So they're crafters in that regard. Maybe a little bit less focus on magic and things like that. Very militaristic. You know, they've got a good defense. There's probably a mountain in the background you can see off to the left there. They're built on some very rocky ground. Kind of fits in with their little motif. And yeah, I mean, that kind of fits me personally a little bit. So, I mean, that's kind of what ties me into it. Here's another picture too. This is a village, a Dünir village center. Again, you can see like the forges. They have cattle. They have a lot of your basic stuff, but you can see how it's more centered around the forges and crafting and very, very industrial type. So there's a dungeon video that I would like to show at another time. That's kind of shows their deep diving into these mountains and how that connects them. So, which I think is really, really cool. So a little bit more about maybe the lore aspect of it. So they were the second race in Vera after the big calamity. They kind of went to the mountains as a defensive aspect to it, and what's inside it. They were drawn to the treasures that they saw inside the mountains, so that's kind of where they made their main epicenter, so to speak. And for me, I'm kind of like I like caves, and I like diving deep into mountains and things like that because there's so many cool things you can see down there. I've went on a vacation before and went into this cave, and you could see like the stalactites, and you could see the different gems and stuff that were in there. I mean, it doesn't look like they represent usually in games, but it's still really, really cool. A lot of nifty things in it. I'm kind of drawn to that as well. So when you make comments, I hope you all can make a comment on the video that you watch here and bring your representation of maybe a certain race that you like. You know, I'd like to hear from you, and we'll comment on the video, and then I can talk about it on the next episode. You know, what races are you drawn to? What do you like? How does it represent you as a person? Or maybe it doesn't at all. Maybe you just pick a random one because you like what it looks like. You know, it doesn't matter. We all have different reasons for it. So, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and we can talk about it on the next episode. Otherwise, on the next episode, I'm going to talk about the other dwarven race. So we'll start talking about that one, and then we'll just keep going through the different races, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, everyone. Bye.